Gonna be kind of a different type of vid. Instead of doing a podcast with all those earphones and all that crap, we're gonna do it on the lake with guess who? That
Jimmy.
guy over there.
He calls me Jimmy.
Good old Jim. I don't know his last name, but some people say his name's Jay Siemens. Some of you might have heard of him. We're gonna do a what? Kind of like
get to know me? Is that what you?
Let's get to know him. Like the questions that no one really asks him, or he feels not comfortable to answer. You know, with me, you feel comfortable. For all the viewers at home, this guy grinds harder than anyone I know. If anyone wants to hate on Jimmy's success, think twice, my man, my woman, my in-between. This guy has worked so hard to get where he is, and I got nothing but respect for this guy. I watched him grow up. When did I first meet you?
I don't know, it's been a while.
It's been a while, eh? He was just like a little pup. He's so tall in real life too. He's like 6'1". Every time I see him, I can't believe how tall you really are in real life. I want you to explain to people, what is like the biggest challenge of getting where you are right now? Like, I want people to understand how hard it is.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is people, if they start wanting to make fishing videos or whatever they're doing, the internet, everyone compares themselves, right? So you look on Instagram and you're comparing yourselves to the biggest people in the industry. So right away, that can be difficult, right?
Yeah.
But then two, you kind of, with how instant this world is, you think, oh, if I start making videos, it should pop off in the first 5 or 10 videos or whatever, right? Or even if you do it for a year or 2 years. And that's just not the truth. I think the toughest part is not getting discouraged when things don't happen right away. I mean, I had obviously a good foot in the door with Uncut Angling and doing stuff with Aaron, but for me it was like 3 years of dedicating my life. That was already doing YouTube with Aaron for, 6 years beforehand or whatever, right? It's not an overnight thing. You need to think of the long game, and that could be like 5 years. Maybe if it's not working after 5 or 10 years, then maybe re-examine what's going on or what you're doing. But man, I wouldn't take it too seriously in the first 3 years if things aren't happening,
Yeah, so I'm in that cusp area.
But you've hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which is very tough.
Very tough. Thank you, viewers, who have helped me get to the tough marker. But again, I had a few friends, Jay Siemens and Aaron Weeb, big names in the industry, but they've made such great content for so long, and it's kind of been inspiring to me that way. Yeah, I just love doing it. Like, is that a big thing if someone wants to get into content?
Yeah, if you don't like doing it, well, here's like video editing. A lot of people don't realize how much work is on the video editing side. And if you don't have the passion, because, obviously I'm in a lucky or fortunate position that I have Brandon that edits a lot of my videos. But for the first however many years, I was doing a lot of it myself, and people just see the videos online. They don't see the hours behind the screen, right?
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy part. They just don't understand.
I think, and you have to be passionate to want to edit. And I think the other thing too, this is a big piece of advice if someone wants to get into things, is don't try to be the next Taro Murata, because you're not. Nobody can be Taro. You're not going to be the next Aaron Weeb. You're not going to be the next John B. You have to do your own thing. And yeah, you can take pieces from those other people to
inspire you.
But to just try to be that same person, it's not going to work, because you're not going to be able to do it as good as that other person, right? So
it's like there's so much content out there, and there's so many of the same things. So to put your own personal touch, in my opinion, your own piece of heart into it, and just my way a little bit,
scuffed
and
up,
just
you might say.
Hope for the best.
I think you nailed it. You got to do it your own way. But like, my forte isn't creativity. Your forte isn't video production. But like, that's why you focus more on the creative and the humor and all that stuff. And I love the production side of things, right? So that's what I spend more time on.
And what's really cool is that I grew up in downtown Toronto, and these guys are from Winnipeg, ice fishing and winter wonderland, and so far away from each other, but we were able to meet online, and that common ground was fishing. And I think that's part of who I am, is that urbanness, and you guys have that outdoor side, and I don't know, it just kind of works. But that bridge is always fishing, and I think the humor, humor and fishing, it can cross all kind of bridges. But yeah, I think that's important. I'm not quite where Jay is, but for sure I would always say, don't be afraid to be yourself. Hey, Jimmy?
If you're trying to fake it, people see through that.
Yeah, yeah.
Taro on film is the same Taro 24/7.
Maybe worse.
Taro doesn't slow down.
I'm getting old, but I still feel young in the mind. What's the best part about this journey?
The best part?
Yeah, the best part.
I got to spend time with my friends. Like me and you, it's an excuse to spend time together.
Yeah.
Obviously the fishing part is great, because I love fishing. But like, I don't know, with YouTube versus if I was a tournament angler or a guide, like I get to pick most of the time, I got to pick who I'm filming with, right? So it's like, I want to fish with Taro. I want to fish with my dad. I want to take him on a flying fishing trip. And I'm creating those memories, which is super cool. So I get to look back on these trips with dad and with you and whoever. So that's a massive part for me. The potential to inspire another angler. Maybe it's to make videos, maybe it's to go fishing, maybe it's to try something new, try ice camping. I don't know, like that whole inspiration part. Like
I think that keeps me going. Sometimes I have doubts, like, do I do this? Do I keep doing this? Is this a waste of time? But then I meet one or two people, like just randomly, you know, at a boat ramp or at a bar, a waitress I bumped into a waitress the other day, and they were like just so passionate about some of my videos that I do, and they made them so happy, and it says that they inspire them. So like, yeah, that one positive feedback and seeing their face and making someone happy, that gives me a fulfillment. So like all the negative and the haters and all that kind of stuff goes out the window. That one person, I'm like, maybe I am doing something right.
Yeah, so absolutely. And you never know who's watching, and you never know the impact it might have. And
yeah,
I mean, I think the hardest part at the start is like growing your channel. And for me, now it's different because I have a kid and a wife at home. And when I was starting the channel, I was, you know, single, traveling all the time, and it was a different time in my life. And now I love these trips so much, but it's tough being away when, you know, Hannon's close to walking, and obviously sometimes I'm gone for over a week at a time. Those are long trips away from home, and I mean, I love them, but it's it's part of it.
Yeah,
so it's always a sacrifice. Like
always,
it's sacrificing time, really, and that can be through friendships, relationships, whatever.
Something's got to give sometimes, you know. Like it's tricky. Like Bob Azumi, I asked him, he's a friend of mine, and I asked him what's his biggest regret in this fishing journey, because that's the only person like me going as a professional fisherman and making a living off sport fishing is so challenging. So he's the only guy I could really feel like that was ahead of me, that I could talk to and had wisdom and was successful. And he said, not seeing my kids grow up. My kids were at home. My son was maybe in his diapers at 3 years old, and he came out and said goodbye to us. Bob and I were going to film a show, and he said, not seeing this age. He didn't see his kids at that age. He was so busy working. So I always remembered that. And
how is that
like,
for you with your guide business?
Sometimes I'm like, okay, winter's a hard time to guide in, and it's like, it's hard financially sometimes, because I just like, you know, you don't starve, but you barely make it through winter, and you kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels financially. You make money in spring, you make money in summer, you make money in fall, then winter comes.
Yeah.
Me personally, it's better to like spin my wheels financially and see my kids grow up because of what Bob Azumi said to me. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like, I'd rather see my kids grow up than have a Ferrari.
You don't want to have regrets.
Yeah, I don't want to have regrets. And someone successful like that said that to me, it stuck with me. And I said the same thing to you, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Right? Now that you had a kid. To me, balancing that with your family and
so
is
tough.
a real fine art. It's so tough, right? Because if you stop, especially on YouTube, I already slowed down right now. Jay's like, you got to keep pumping it. That's all you need to do. What's your advice to me? Keep pumping them. Don't talk about it. Do it, Taro.
Well, I think consistency is definitely important, but then also just like experimenting, right? You never want to have a set formula. I don't think. I know sometimes people get into set formulas, but I just feel like things are evolving. You always got to keep evolving yourself. But we should probably hit another musky spot.
Yeah, I get so bored so easy, so that's one of the reasons why I'm a multi-species angler. I want to fish for everything I can because I just want to get a different look. And I think that's one of the big things about this whole YouTube thing and my creative side is like every time I go in to edit something, every day is sort of different and there's a different vibe, so it's never the same. So challenging, but that's what I like. Okay, next spot, man. You know, the one thing I want to really ask you is what's your end goal, your ultimate dream situation? That's a tough question. Like,
is to fish with you more, Taro.
And like be able to afford to do it with no headache.
There's always some headache fishing with you.
Smashes prop, it's no big deal?
No, I don't know. Like, I just want to keep doing like I'm living my dream.
If you had $200 million right now, what would you do?
This, probably.
Still the same thing?
Yeah?
Yeah?
I don't know. I love making videos. I love the challenge of catching a fish with the camera rolling and everything perfect. And I don't know, telling the story of a trip and documenting it because I have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah.
You know?
If I know you well enough, which I think I do, I think if Jimmy had $200 million in his bank account, he would find a way to help out so many people. Would you put that and invest in, try to make 400 million or
Bitcoin?
500 million?
Yeah, Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, you got Bitcoin?
No. I don't know, yeah, that's something that I always want to do more of, and it's easy to get caught up in me, and like trying to grow my channel, and you know, it's just, it gets so self-centered sometimes, and yeah, I don't know, I definitely want to find always find a way to give back. Sometimes it feels too me focused, which is kind of what happens sometimes when you have a YouTube channel, but
You have no choice right now.
well,
You know what I mean? You gotta feed your kids, you got so many things on the go, and to keep it all going, Jimmy gotta work so hard, right?
no, but I definitely want to find, you know, with this platform, ways to help people. And sometimes I got to take people fishing that haven't experienced a fishing trip, and I definitely want to do that more. And yeah, I don't know what the end goal is, Taro. Like, it would be cool to see 1 million subscribers one day, but that's not like, I don't know. My goal for a while was 100,000 subscribers, and that's something that I kind of got obsessed with. And now that it happened, it's kind of like, I don't know. I try not to get too caught up in the numbers of it. It's very easy to get caught up in the numbers, but if you get caught up in the numbers, then you're trying to chase trends, and you're not making the videos you want to make, right?
Maybe I want to say that maybe the question is more like, what do you want to be remembered for, Jimmy?
Oh,
that's a hard one too.
Yeah, I guess just, I don't know, impacting the fishing industry, but also like inspiring people and making some of the best cinematic fishing videos out there. That's a goal.
When I see some of your footage, I think it was that one, like the underwater footage of the lake trout in that crystal clear water. Like when I watched that, I'm like, this is unbelievable.
The scuba diving one?
Yeah, the scuba diving one. That footage, if you've ever seen it, you gotta go check it out. It's unbelievable. It just seems so distant from the content that I create. Well, I'm like, man, so some of the stuff that he does is so different than mine and just so beautiful. I'm starting to like really appreciate that as I create my own content. So as a content creator, definitely inspires me, but also
you inspire me as a fisherman. Yeah, I'm not that good of a fisherman, and I watch you fish. I've been watching your casting, and
you're a great fisherman.
I like to do everything, and I like to document it, and as long as I can do that, I will be happy. As long as I get to fish with Taro.
But like also as a person, Jay, you inspire me to be a better person in a lot of ways. He's such a nice guy. He's never done a bad thing to anyone I know. He's just been
I yelled at you a couple times
That's
today.
okay, but that's from the heart. Like, that's friends, right? Yeah. You're not going to always get along and that's going to be perfect. But I mean, at the end of the day, I've known him for so long. We've worked on so many projects together. We work with so many people. And I'm just like, this guy has
You're going to make me cry.
He's done so much for all of us in our careers and as a friend. And he taught me a lot.
I think we got to thank Aaron a lot for bringing all of us together.
Big time. He's the glue to put us all together. The greatest of all time, in my opinion, in terms of content. Like he has the creative, he has the...
He changed some stuff in the industry.
To me, he changed fishing content forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you say, oh, who's the best basketball player? Michael Jordan. He changed the game. You know, you can look at so many players, it's close, but Aaron Weave is definitely, to me, the Michael Jordan of fishing content. And I've been around a long time. You know what I mean?
You're old.
When I saw that guy, I was like, oh my, this guy is so good. When I saw his stuff, though, I just told him, man, you got to do this all in. You're just too good. I don't know. I think Aaron Weave was just going to be great no matter what. Yeah. He's just a special breed.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
He is original. You can say what you want, but that boy, you can't say he's not original. Unreal. What's your favorite video that you've ever personally created?
Oof.
Like when you go back and look at your stuff, or it could be any project, really. Like what?
I mean, I think any of the competitions are super fun just because they take so much planning.
Yeah.
So obviously 39 hours, being part of filming the first one or competing in the second one, all that was a ton of fun. On my own channel, the video proposing to Sam, that was pretty special. That one was wild, how that all came together. I don't know. I mean, I like videos for different reasons. There's a video where Aaron and I went up to Reindeer Lake and delivered fishing rods to the school kids. That was just a wild adventure that I got to be part of. And
rewarding?
Yeah, that was a fun one too. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I think, I don't know. There's 200 videos or 300, I'm not sure. A lot of videos, and it's like those are all individual memories and trips, and
so many of his are so good. But my favorite one personally, I don't know why, it just gets me, is the one with his mom. Check it out.
Where she catches the muskie?
She catches a muskie. Sam's cooking in the kitchen of this houseboat. They go on a family houseboat trip, and all of a sudden, his mom's like, I got one. She's on the dock, and she's got a giant muskie.
Yeah.
Here we are. We've been fishing how many hours?
Yeah, jig and minnow.
Jig and minnow. Right off the dock, man. It's unbelievable.
Taro,
yep.
Been a slice.
Been a slice.
Taro and I just wrapped up filming a video on Lake Nipissing, and Taro put up with me for 3 days. Anyway, subscribe to Taro's channel. He is crazy fisherman. He is so creative, and this was a good chat.
Thank you, Jimmy. I love you.
I wish you could have got a muskie. I love you too.
I know.
Is this where we kiss?
There's one more rock back there. Let's hit one more. Anyway, Jimmy, thank you so much,
Thank you.